us to play in the next game as well. So definitely our first 11, we pick our first 11 for us to gain 3 points.
Coach, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Have a great game.
Thank you.
Coach, thank you so much for your time. You've maintained a familiar squad on your debut at the qualifiers. How did you prepare?
Thank you very much for me to be here. We have prepared so well, and we're helping to get the positive results.
And Coach, you won the league back at home. Does that give you a sense of confidence heading to these qualifiers?
I may say we won the league with 100%, and I have the confidence of qualifying this, and we'll go further, I know.
Coach, you've travelled with Penelope, who scored over 30 goals in the league at home. She's on your starting lineup. What does that speak about what you're expecting from her today or at the rest of the tournament?
She'll put more effort, because she has promised me that she wants to win the golden boot of this tournament.
Coach, a tough Group A. What are your expectations?
It's a tough group, I know, but there's no smaller team in this group. You just have to work hard to reap what you want to get.
And Coach, is there any pressure on you heading to these qualifiers, looking at the success that has been done by Green Buffaloes, your compatriots?
Yes, in football there is always pressure, but it's up to you to know how you contain it. Yes.
Coach, thank you so much for your time. All the best.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much to our coaches. We're looking forward to an exciting and enterprising game of football. Our golden voice, our commentator, Gloria Brown, is on standby to take us through the starting 11s.
A very, very warm welcome to you wherever you are. It is the beginning of a thriller of a tournament, as it is two teams that grace this occasion, making their debut and hoping to leave a mark. A very, very good morning to you. Gloria Brown is the name, as we've had a look at the teams warming up a little bit earlier, and a lot of anxiety, a lot of pressure written all over the faces of the players. With that comes a bit of mixed emotions, as they too are enjoying and hoping that they would make their families proud. First and foremost, it is that national flag that they will be respecting and representing. As we have a look at currently on your screen is the team from Namibia, a team that against all odds beat quite a wonderful team in FC Ongos, who continue to set the scene alight. But Johannesburg is where this tournament is taking place, in the city. The high buildings that you've just seen, and they welcome you as well. And then we look at the Zambian outfit, that is Zesco Ndola girls. Earlier on, they were in high spirits, singing and chanting, and telling me just on the sidelines that this is their tournament. They're not here to just make the numbers. They are here to win it. They have dethroned quite a reputable team in Green Buffaloes coming into this particular tournament. The weather conditions out there quite favorable. We're talking of 24 degrees, and we can see there's a bit of a wind that is blowing southeasterly at about 16 kilometers per hour, and again, humidity of about 8%. It is all systems go. We got to give thanks to the groundsman who's prepared this pitch, even though we do have some areas of concern, but I'm sure both sets of players will navigate this pitch to their advantage. We are awaiting the players and the teams and the officials to make their way onto the field. The ball girls are ready. They're contributing towards a successful tournament out in Johannesburg. Defending champions Mamelodi Sundowns. In actual fact, we've also had UWC last season, who were part of a tournament that took place out in Malawi, and winners there were UWC in a thrilling final at that. Well, the vuvuzelas, the fans, the people, the supporters who have come will definitely get behind their teams as we salute the work that is done behind the scenes. We're talking of the contribution, the 12th man. He is ready to rumble, and you don't need to ask which country he represents, which team he represents. It is Zesco, and those are the officials, the TSG of COSAFA, some families and friends who are out here to witness this tournament, to try and make it a wonderful success. Referee wants Tandiwe Ndlovu just to step back a little, give her some space. The wall's got to be 10 yards. Played high up as Zesco trying to play the offside trap. Picked up, helped on. Here's the pace of Avel Chitundu. She needs the support. Chitundu played it back with Piri. Endless plays the 1-2 out on the left-hand side, and that ball a little bit too much, which is allowing Penelope coming from the blind side to make a connection as that ball goes a bit wide. This is where the problem started. Not closed down very quickly for Beauties, and that ball just going in between the defense. But you also got to give credit to Bakonja, who did well, fully stretched to try and reach at that caused the problem for Dorothy Daka not to get a clear shot at goal, and that gives the free kick to Beauties. Will get us started yet again. It's played with Chiduka. Kajucha also in that defense. Player out of view. Pitcher just went flat on the ground and trying to intercept. It's in the air. Fiola Fillet plays it back to Millicent Felicity. Felicity tries to keep it in play, but it is Nancy Buipelo on the ball. She leaves it. It's a strike towards goal, and that is the first shot that has taken 20 minutes from Beauties to remind goalkeeper Nali that she is also part of this match. Nali sends another ball out to the left-hand side, finding Soko. Soko looking for Mbulawa. Beauties losing out. But here's Piri yet again. Piri looking for available space, was looking for the return ball, but Avel Chitundu decided to go out to Dorothy Daka. Ball out to the left-hand side, intercepted by Beauties. And a strike, here's an opportunity for Avel Chitundu. Avel Chitundu gets the first goal. 21 minutes on the clock. It is Zesco Ndola goals that draw first blood. Made to pay for some lapse in concentration defensively. They were outnumbered in that particular moment. Acres of space, no one marking. And Avel Chitundu picked a spot. One has a look at Tandiwe Ndlovu delivering that ball with purpose, but questions were asked about the marking. Took it with the right leg and finished it off with the left leg. Avel Chitundu registers her name as the first player to score at the 2025 edition. So it is Beauties that are going to respond, or asked to respond, to the early goal they've conceded after 20 minutes. Another high ball over the top. Pressure is on. Good work there, put together by Katuta. Ball just running out of the pitch for a throw-in. So it is a throw-in, and Shituka is nice and stocky. It's being given the responsibility to take a lot of the throw-ins on the left-hand side. Goalkeeper called upon, looked very hesitant, but ultimately getting a boot and hoofing it forward. And this falls as far as Hilma Kanyama. who's under pressure from Majori Mulenga, a player that is quite happy to be here and makes the trip quite often with the national team as well. As one has a look at Ndlovu, Tandiwe Ndlovu, who's holding her calf, seems to be in a spot of bother, and the referee, that is Senior Singh, just asking for the medical team to come, and that's the challenge, and that's how she got hurt. She was at full stretch. Miracle spray doing the job, as the entire bench has been asked to warm up. Teams arrived on Monday, had an opportunity to warm up, to use the pitch and prepare for this tournament. It was nice to see the players in the training allotted times doing well and fine-tuning the expectations of this tournament. Piri has really been a live wire on this right-hand side of Zesco. On the left-hand side is Chitundu, who's also been a live wire. There's Ndlovu, who's been asked to be treated outside the pitch by the referee. So the game continues. Kahiri. Ball in the air, and the referee spotting a bit of concern. It's Ononjamo Kaijavi. She seems to be walking rather gingerly, but pleasing to see her up and about and wanting to get on with it. What Zesco have done is put pressure on the ball. They forced Beauties on the backwards, maybe delaying them from an attack, as the ball is hacked forward yet again, finding it difficult to get into gear as that ball is hoofed way over the bar and into the stands on the other end of the pitch. That will allow Beauties to organize themselves as the bench looks on patiently and wonders, what is it going to take? Who is it going to take to get the equalizer? As Zesco looking very organized defensively, they're reacting rather quickly, and their coordination in that defense is one to compliment for Zesco. Been given the instruction to push up by the goalkeeper, wanting him to play with a bit of a high block. That is Zesco. Maybe even a mid block. You've got a number of the players in and around the midfield area. But great combinations we've seen from Daka, Mulubwa and Mulenga. Maybe one would be looking at a different second half in which coach might add a body in the middle of the park for Beauties, just to see if they could get their numerical advantage. Chases on. "27 minutes, 1-0 in favor of Zesco. Throw in it is. It's Judith Soko, one of two girls who've got the peroxide on the head. That will be easy for you to identify. And the heavily strapped knee, that seems to be a bit of a concern, because she's not really running freely at all. I'll keep an eye on Penelope, it is, I think. Free kick. Referee wanting Kahiri to take that ball at the right place. Hacked away. It's anyone's ball to compete for, but this time it's picked up by Damasis. In the middle of a park, first touch very hard for Kanyama, as that ball again goes over the top. Does Endless Piri pick it up? Makes that connection. Who's coming to support? As it is slow in coming, it is picked up by Beauties. Hacked forward, but then again brought back very quickly. Here's Endless Piri trying to whip it in, and she's closed down. Great work. Great work there done defensively. Katuja. What is important for the defense of the Beauties is to close down the supply on the wings. They've done that excellently. Forced Zesco to try and attack from the middle of the park. Again, Chiduka took the throw in and hacks it forward, sends another long forward in search of Millicent. Ball is in the air, picked up by Marble Bwalia. Both teams guilty of giving away possession rather easily. In the middle of the park is Dorothy Duck as that ball just skins off the boot. And the referee spotting a bit of an infringement toward the free kick to Beauties. So we are fast approaching the 30-minute mark of the first half with 15 minutes to go. It's 1-0 in favor of Zesco Ndola girls from Zambia. Katuja on the edge of the box. Goalkeeper comes out and smothers that. Nali. That's the moment. Decent ball floated in the kitchen, helped on by Liana Nampwala, and ultimately goalkeeper was quick to snuff the danger. Beauties, who are and have their backs against the wall, picked up in that defense. Kaijani, ball just bubbling in the middle of the park as Daka tries to send it up front. Yet again, she gets the 1-2 that has been played. We confirm the scoreline. Zesco 1, Beauties 0. 30 minutes on the clock. Throw in by Zesco, intercepted by Kayajani, and again it's another throw-in. Showing some good discipline and structural understanding of responsibilities is Zesco. You get the 3 players up front, you get the 3 players in the middle of the park, and the back 4 showing a lot of discipline as that ball goes again for a corner, trickles over the line. Hilma Kanyama technical bench just plotting and pondering. So signal is given. So the wind that when we started was blowing at about 16 kilometers, maybe has increased slightly, just moving the ball a bit. Ball in the air, keeper makes a mistake, header, and how fortunate she was as Chitundu couldn't put it away, and goalkeeper, who was beaten at the first attempt, went up, missed the ball, made a hash of it. Chitundu got a header and didn't get hold of it very well, and as she made a connection, goalkeeper had made her way back into the area and managed to pick that up in the air. How fortunate was that, or how unlucky that was for Chitundu to get a brace in this match. The rhythm that the coach wants, the synergy between your attackers and your midfielders. The defense also contributing immensely as that ball is whipped, looking for Piri. Picked up by Chituka. Another long ball, and that will be an offside for Piri, who didn't give up chase. There's a player out of your picture that is flat on the ground from Beauties. She went down holding a hamstring, but this is the moment, and I think we got to give credit to referee Luengo Tsohang, and who's operating and manning the lines just below the commentary booth. player receiving treatment is Hilmana Kanyama. We'll have a look at the reason why we have Zesco in the lead. It was a brilliant moment for Zesco, building up as here is the opportunity for Chitundu to draw first blood as we have a look at the goal that separates the two sides. Hard work from Ndlovu to find Chitundu, who had acres of space to bang in that goal and make it 1-0. Well, that's the goal scorer. That is the player that has set the cats amongst the pigeons. She is the captain and has put in a captain's innings so far. Free kick to Beauties. Struggling to get out of gear. Ball intercepted there. She's got two players around her. Is Fiola. And the referee just spotting a bit of an infringement. Chomba is the player with the red hair in that defense. Chomba, she made sure that she stops the attack from Beauties. Given clear instructions, safety first. Given clear instructions by the coach. Don't do anything to complicate the play. As that ball is whipped in, first bounce into the handbag. Nali says, thank you. This will go amongst the lipstick and the hairbrush and everything else that's in the handbag. Chitundu plays it back. And it was a lovely idea to play it to Dakar, who was to release Ndlovu. And that was slightly overcooked. Ball in the air. Referee just blowing a whistle, spotting a bit of an infringement in favor of Zesco. It will get an opportunity to launch another attack. Piri, there's a number of Piris and Mulengas in the side, so we'll try to use their first names. We've got Endless Piri, you've got Marble Piri, you've got Vast Piri. Vast is on the ball, just sending it forward with the hope that someone will pick it up from the edge of the box and comfortably into the hands of Melissa Matthews. Zesco certainly enjoying more of the possession. As we have a look at that again, it was on target. Whoa. Here's a chance for Zesco in an advanced position, but lovely defending to stop them in their tracks, and the snapshot, easy as you like. Yo, Beauty tipped over the bar. Melissa Matthews was spot on, but so was the strike from Dorothy Dakar, showing why she is the number one. Ball was played with acres of space. First touch was inviting. The second touch was sending it into the back of the net, but goalkeeper had other ideas. It is Endless Piri who takes the corner, header in the box, and keeper is in the right place, makes the collection. Still in it is Beauties. Just one goal that separates the two sides, but the better opportunities definitely falling to Zesco Ndola goals. Ball in the middle of the park, played out to the right-hand side. Bwalia loses out. She's got two players to contend with. It is Liana Nampala, and ultimately a throw-in for Zesco. Well, hasn't she been menacing defensively? Bwalia, Marble or Mabel, advancing. Ball rotated backwards, and Beauties losing out. The last touch coming off an orange jersey. That allows a throw in for Miss Peary. Shows some pace, does well to keep it in play, but this is as far as Alvida, Shamila. Shamila finds Marble Bwalia. Possession turned over, giving chases Tandiwe Ndlovu. And winning that race is the touchline. Kaijani will be taking the throw in for Beauties. A little bit disappointing as Nancy is not able to keep that ball in play from a throw-in. And possession turned over to a team that really has been pretty dominant in the first 40 minutes. With 5 minutes to go, coaches will tell you that this is the time for players to switch on if they haven't been switched on the entire 40 minutes. For the leaders, they would need to protect their lead and maybe try and get a second as a player goes down on the edge of the box. The referee pointing to the spot for a penalty. There's no qualms about that. It is Penelope Mulubwa who is fouled inside the penalty area. You have a look at this for yourself. And she's given the responsibility. She'll take it as well. This is where it happened. Wins the ball on the edge of the box, sends it through, deflection inside the box, and that is where the challenge happened. And a penalty it is. This will give Zesco a comfortable lead if converted. We spoke about the focus. We spoke about the 5 minutes where coaches want players to switch on, and giving a penalty. Giving the penalty round about now, and having maybe VAR also have a look at this as the player went down. I have no qualms about it. The incident happened inside the box, and the referee's instincts was an immediate penalty. A little bit of information for Melissa Matthews, who knows all about it. As a goalkeeper, make sure that you stay on your line. If you leave your line before the kick is taken, there will be a retake. She'll come to the edge of the big box and talk to the players that there is no encroaching. You make sure that when the penalty is taken, there is no encroaching. An opportunity for Zesco to make it 2-0. Melissa! And she's beaten. Melissa is beaten. And the second goal, penalty scored by Penelope Mulobwa on the 41st minute. It's a goal from the penalty spot. Took it well, sent the keeper the one way, and the ball went the other way. We confirm that at the AW Stadium, it is Zesco Ndola goals 2, Beauties 0. They are enjoying and celebrating and in cruise control. You'll get some placards telling them we are cruising nicely. So Zesco, who are not done yet, a team that is backed with a number of national team players. It's evident on the tactical acumen of these players and the way they're carrying themselves on the park as Chitundu whips that ball in. Good clearance by Kariri. That as far as Marble, Walia, and again Melissa will pick it up. It's a long ball, good for a goalkeeper to get the range. Picked up by Alvida. Ping pong for a moment. But the height and that defense of Beauties is one that's going to have to carry them through. Player under pressure from Piri, forced to take the throw in. Is Kajuya. Katuta, who's really been very busy in that defense. Walia gets the return ball, and ball just ricocheting, going out, and it's another corner. Utuzuvira couldn't keep that in play. Utzuvira ultimately giving a corner to Zesco. It's Piri, has the numbers, 6 green jerseys to aim for. Keeper comes out, gets a hand to it. Beauties are trying to push out the players. Good challenge there by Katuta. But again, good feet. Tidied up there by Kayajvani. Forced backwards is Zesco. They'll rebuild. Another long ball looking for Piri, coming from an onside position. Piri does well, needs to cut in. Piri keeping possession, wants to lay it back and finds an orange jersey instead. Bounce of the ball, just throws out Hilmana Kanyama. Here's Kanyama losing out. And that ball is sent back to Piri. Oh, beautiful first touch. Tried to just loop that ball over the head of Katuta. Didn't come off, but the intention was very clear. Piri stayed down. She's really had a busy afternoon. We are in referee's optional time, and the board goes up with 3 minutes. 3 minutes to be added. And a free kick to Zesco. Needs to organize her wall is Millicent. We are in referee's optional time of the first half. And 2 players, Dorothy Daka and Endless Perry, are the 2 players interested in taking the set piece. It looks more likely to be Dorothy. Trying to break the lines. It's played short. Endless whipping in a ball. And a decent one at that. And got everybody guessing on the edge of the box. And ultimately, defense stands firm. Given a second opportunity. And this time, there's an offside flag that goes up. It's Luengo. It's Ohang. Very quick to react and respond to the offside. On the other side of the field, on the eastern side of the field, is referee Rhoda Mondlane, who hails from Mozambique. She's been pretty quiet. Not that many offsides on that side of the flank. It's just been Zesco on the side. Kairi been asked questions and does well to win that ball. Sends another long ball forward. Here's Beauties. Can they pull one back just before the break? And anyway, we'll do for Zesco, spotting that one of their players has gone down. And referee eventually just blows the whistle. It's Penelope. It's Penelope, the goal scorer of the penalty, as we have a look at that ball again. And she got a bit of a tramp on the Achilles. And again, could VAR be looking at this one? Challenge from the back. Yeah, confirmation thereof. A penalty check as Penelope tried to create some room and space for herself. She was clipped on the ankles or nibbled on the Achilles. And, I mean, these decisions, you can't get away with it in football anymore, no matter how fine it is. And we've got to give credit to COSAFA for making sure that VAR is part of the women's tournament, and also continuing to grow the game and grow the officiating. So the penalty check is on with 3 minutes that was indicated and given, has been played. Most of it being utilized in reviewing the VAR and whether or not the challenge on Penelope Maluba is a penalty. Seems like she's been requested, that is, Senior Tseng has been requested to visit the screen and make the final decision. But one's got to look at this and say the player was also making her way away from the penalty spot. But be that as it may, we've seen these given and busy at work. Let's have a look at what the referee's decision will be. Senior Tseng looks on as there's the challenge there. She's clipped from the back and eventually she's not interested in that. You can see the player trying to get away and continued to try and evade the challenges, and stuck to her like glue is Kahiri in that particular moment. But I can assure you, if you ask Utsavira what was the intention, she'll tell, I never touched her. I never did it. But we have the bird's eye view. We've got the cameras. We've got the replays that indicate that there was a bit of a clip. It's the referee's decision. And the indication is that it's a penalty. It is a penalty. And a yellow card. Punishment on Itzovira, and a penalty. This is being the second penalty of the match for a foul on Penelope Maluba. Goalkeeper has another chance to save this one. It is Endless Piri this time that's given the responsibility to take the penalty, as Endless has given a long run up, a decent run up. She faces Melissa. Piri against Melissa. Beauty packed it away, far corner. Even if you were really at your best, it is so difficult to reach to those and to save those kind of penalties. Absolutely menacing and decisive. So Piri, Endless Piri, gets into the scoring records. Well taken penalty. Keeper had no chance. So 3-0 is the scoreline for Zesco Ndola Girls. And joining Chitundu, joining Molubwa, it is Endless Piri. And referee brings an end to the first 45 minutes that were quite entertaining and quite interesting. Dominance by the team from Zambia, that is Zesco Ndola Girls. It will be all to do in the second half by Beauties Football Club, and they would be asked to try and turn the scoreline around. But this is a big ask as Zesco get into a huddle, plan and plot before they go into the change room. A team that believes in the unity, a team that believes in their potential. As we confirm the scoreline from Beauties, it's Beauties 0, Zesco Ndola 3.
Laika, where's your ball?
Fiona, laat hem die beter kan vat. Laat sy beter kan vat.
She do.
Plek there. Plek there. Pick up. Cassie. Cassie. Kanimo. Kanimo. Pisa. Okay. Okay, man. Okay. Okay. Cassie! Open! Open! We pick up! Push out! Push out! Come on, ladies!
Let's go!
Welcome back to the A.W. Muller Stadium for our Women's CAF Women's Champions League COSAFA qualifiers of 2025. If you are just joining us, it is the second half of a match between Beauties of Namibia and Zesco Ndola Girls of Zambia. 3 goals have been scored. On the back foot is Beauties, as they are being asked the questions. Expect the changes to come in thick and fast. 3 goals. First one scored by Aval Chitundu, the captain. That was in the 21st minute. The second goal scored by Penelope Molubwa. That was a penalty. And the third one, another penalty that was scored by Endless Piri. It's been almost a one-sided affair in the first 45. And questions that will be asked of Zesco Ndola girls. Will they continue poking holes in the defense of Beauties FC? As Beauties plan to make the changes, 2 of those, and interesting to see Tweli Konjele Amukuto standing on the touchline, one of the experienced players in the Namibian national team. Tweli Konjele needs no introduction to women's football. Her career spanning over 10 years as Tweli Konjele, who's really looked in good condition and good shape. She too has a contribution to make to try and changing the complexion of this match. It's Aileen Andreas that has given way. That's Tweli Konjele who comes on. Lots of expectations on the shoulders of and the 2 changes that have been made is Chiguta Kamunikire, and then 1 change for Zesco Ndola. Charity Mubanga is a player that has made a way. One of the players that is part of the national team in Zambia, that's Charity Mubanga. She makes her way onto the field. 3-0 being the scoreline, and there could be plenty more. We are awaiting the referee's whistle and to get us underway here in the second half. So, immediately called into a few positional switches and a few positional changes. One picks up Lena Nampula, who has pushed up into an advanced position. And still heavily strapped to knee is Penelope Maluba, who finished the first 45 rather gingerly and shaky as she continues to show a bit of discomfort in the knee area. So that ball goes out of touch. So Ednis Piri has given way. Control in the middle of the park where Zesco have really been dominant defensively. They've been quite disciplined. And good to see Lina Nampala pose a threat here as the second half does promise to be a thriller minute. Or does Zesco take their foot off the pedal? Tweli Conjela, Nampala looking for the return ball. That ball unfortunately just ricochets off the boot of a teammate. And the referee also just spotting a bit of a challenge, and it is a free kick to the Beauties. It is a free kick to Beauties. 46 minutes on the clock. Long ball, trying to thread it through, looking for the players in the advanced position. As that ball goes out for a throw-in. Player down and receiving treatment. Or being requested. And then the referee decides against that. She just organizes herself. It looks like Millicent. Some fancy bandage used on the knee. And here is Beauties keeping possession, looking for the 1-2. That ball just goes over the line. And perhaps questions been asked also of an offside in that moment. Beauties really want to start off rather strongly. They have their backs against the wall. Throw in. Piri. Vast Piri with vast knowledge in that defense. High ball. That going all the way. Out for a goal kick. There's an urgency about Beauties here in the second half. When you look at this lineup for Beauties, the two changes, players like Tweli Conjela are part of the national team. Unonjamo, who's played in the under-20s as well. You've got Chituka, was part of the senior team. Kairi, part of the senior team. Orlene Andreas, the player that was just brought on in the second half as part of the under-20 structure. Ball in the box. Some frantic defending. Helped on by Tweli Conjela, but needed to hit it on target. It is Zesco that come away with it, but picked up by Ndapewa. Ndapewa tries to play the 1-2, but forced backwards. And Beauties aside, trying to gain early control. Ball comfortably in to goalkeeper. That is Nali, looking lovely with the bright uniform. Nali releases it quickly to Mwalia or Soko. Tweli Conjela delivers the ball. A decent one, first touch, but a little bit of a push, just losing a footing at a vital moment. But here's Zesco, picked up again. It is Kairi who sends the ball forward, looking for Nancy Boipelo. While so much expected by Nancy, she's one of the players that has been part of the conveyor belt, played in the under-17 level. When I look at my notes, she's been part of the under-20 as well, and recently been forming part of the senior national team. That is young Nancy Boipelo Libang. Joining Beauties, has been part of their development side, well looked after. After 50 minutes on the clock, still 3-0. All goals scored in the first half. Ball in the air. A bit of a header just to help it on by Millicent. There's a bit of a fight. Yes, Tweli Konjele gets the ball through the legs, looking for young Nancy to make the run, but that ball goes to no man's land, and it will be Hazel or Natasha, if you like, Nali, to pick it up. Releases that ball comfortably. Has looked after her defense very well, you know, given the instructions as a goalkeeper to make sure that her team is in unison as that ball is floated into the box. First touch good, second touch even better. Goalkeeper makes a save, turns it out for a corner. That will remind Beauties that Zesco on the transition are pretty dangerous. Corner. They've dominated the second ball. They've dominated the corner count. That just shows that in the attacking third, Zesco United are pretty menacing. Free kick for Beauties. When they're out of possession, one coach wanting Beauties to just try and block those passing lanes. That was a delightful ball that was whipped in the first. The take on the chest was even wonderful, and the connection was absolutely beautiful to watch. And Zesco showing the quality, you know, and also just getting a glimpse at the team from Zesco. It speaks to the national pedigree of a number of these players that have gone through the conveyor belt. Teresa Musatila, one of them, being part of the under-20 national team together with the Mary Mbewe. Then you've also got Letitia Lungu, who's on the bench, and Annie Namonje also on the bench. And those players are peripheral to the national team. And some defending and good connection, but that ball continued to rise from the moment it left her foot. Looks like Utsavira. Keeper plays it short. Very comfortable with Chumba in that defense. Soko also contributing. A lovely touch from Mulenga. Picked up. Piri will send it back through to Penelope, who's thereabouts. Goalkeeper Millicent is trying to organize the players. They are a lot more forward than they were in the first half. Send a long ball was the anticipation, but it's played short, and a mistake made as Zesco press high. Quick to react and quick to respond. A bit of a handball, and the indication there from Charity Mbangwa says it was with the chest, madam. It was brought down with the chest. But referee's decision is final. Charity Mubanga. Come on, fresh pair of legs. Job was done in the first half. I think the coach has the luxury to swap players around and get the nerves out of the way and get them all in the mood of this particular tournament. And if anything to go by, Coach Williams says, this tournament is mine. But let me just remind you and whisper in your ear, in the same group, you have Mamelodi Sundowns, 2 times champions. And that will be an interesting one. We take the winners of each group, and then we'll look for the 3rd best finisher to join into the knockout stages. 55 minutes, and still at 3-0 in favor of Zesco Ndola girls. There's a lot of work that is left behind in Zambia. As the free kick is for Beauties, it hangs in the end. Oh, very easy for Nali. Watched it right up till the end. and then sends another long ball as the troublesome Chitundu. And keeper was very quick off a line on the opposite end. That is Mateus. Chitundu is quite a frightening attacker who still plays a football in Zambia, bearing in mind that these kind of tournaments are tournaments that elevate the stature of the players, that elevate the caliber of the players, and also helps the national team with progression and introducing young players. This is where they get registered. This is where we get to see them. And well done to COSAFA for continuous efforts in building the gold child, as mentioned by the coach. And that was quite impressive, quite touching for me. Coach Leonard Kati Damband saying that our responsibility is to look after the gold child. And credit and kudos to him. Well, in Zambia, you've also got Nchanga Ranger Queens and Shona Warriors Academy. Zesco at the moment, who is on top of that log standings. And it must have taken a lot to really dethrone Green Buffaloes, a team that is always associated with producing some wonderful players in the Zambia national team. Player goes down in the box, but right in front of the referee. The referee doesn't see anything wrong. It's Tweli Konjele that sends that ball up front and looking for the lanky Elwindo Elina Nampala. And the physiotherapist, together with the medical doctor, is summoned to just quickly have a look at Ujondambo. It's Kaijavi, and this is the moment. A bit of pushing, showing a bit of strength, and you know, a good couple of kgs on top of the player's head there in that moment is enough to maybe trigger a bit of load shedding. One will quickly have a look at the player who fell rather awkwardly, and the arm or the elbow seems to be the area that needs some attention. And the 12th man, all geared up with his vuvuzela, helped up to her feet, is Kaijani Unonjamo Kaijani. She's been helped up to her feet, but taken out of the pitch so that the game could continue, as the players are being asked every now and then for a little bit to hydrate. It's quite a scorcher out there with a bit of a breeze, though, that is traveling at about 16 or 17 kilometers per hour. So throw in. Ball just bobbling in the midfield area. Dorothy Daka tries to win it back and does well with excellent prowess in that middle of the park. But here's Penelope. That ball goes out for a goal kick. Hands up in the air. It's not me. Kariri says, player who is on a yellow card. Have a look at the pace of Penelope. Chases that and then loses her footing at a vital moment. It's nice to see that you know, she's shaken off that injury, but is nicely protected. Good strapping around, you know, just the patella. First touch a bit heavy, but kept in play. Finds a teammate, played back. There's Beauties, made to look good. Closed down and closed effectively. It's Chitundu wanting Beauties not to get out of their half as this match fast reaches the 1 hour mark. Still 3-0. Much better second half by Beauties. They have the belief they could pull one back. Mistake being made, but good recovery yet again as far as the center circle picked up and picked up by Oni Andreas. Beauties giving chase. You know, there's a player on the bench of Beauties, And this is a moment I really want to share with you in women's football, that if you look after yourself, you can play for as long as you like. As soon as she makes an entry, I will tell you who she is. But she is a 47-year-old player that runs like a 16-year-old and continues to give to women's football in Namibia. I'm talking about a player who played with Jacqueline Sipung. If you know Namibian football, you'll know about this player. But stay with me. I won't give it to you all. I want you to join me. I want you to stay and come to the A.W. Miller Stadium, because that's where it's happening, on the edge of the box. And referee doesn't like the challenge on Kahiri and gives the free kick to Beauties. Ritariana Williams. You know, alongside me, I have a gentleman who knows women's football. And he was waiting and he's pinching me, wanting me to give him the information. With hunger in his eyes, I just had to deliver the name. Rita Rihanna Williams, 47 years of age, and continues to play football. She'll make an entry, and when she does, I mean, for me, I'll have to stand up here in the commentary booth. But here is Beauties taking the game on. Beautiful ball spread out to the left-hand side. It is Nancy Pupilo who gives chase. Does well to keep it in place. She needs the numbers. She needs the numbers. Who's in the box on the receiving end? Can she release the ball? That was a lovely back heel. Ball in the box. Keeper collects. You're going to have to do better than that. Closing the angle rather narrowly. Making sure that it's difficult to penetrate. With quality like that in goals, half the job is done. Half the job is done. Well, Majori is giving way. Dorothy Yamba, another player that is coming out for Zesco. And Dorothy Daka makes way. And Mopeso Elizabeth will come on, and Charity Mubanga is come on. Mopeso. So two changes that were made by Zesco. Refreshment or player management. Dakai had a good game in the middle of the park. Dorothy, it was through her assist, trying to find Penelope. So Piri has come out. Picked up in that defense, which has shown a lot of discipline in the second half, and giving chase Andreas, but it is a throw-in. Ball picked up by Ndapewa Katuta. Sends it right back, and this will allow the defense to fall into position. Throw in. Zesco looking to try and make inroads. It's the same player who's making sure that they can't find a passage through. Hacked away. Andreas, who finds Nancy, but the ball was picked up by Dorothy Yamba. And directly into the player is Njami. Alwindo, quick to respond, is Mubanga to win that ball back as we confirm the scoreline. After 65 minutes, Beauties 0, Zesco Ndola goals 3. Goals scored by Edna Piri, as well as Avel Chitundu and Penelope Moluvwa. Judith Soko just gets a decent header on that and directs that ball out of play. And Coach William trying to direct the play from the touchline is hardly sat down. Protecting the ball and forced backwards. That's due to the pressure by Dorothy Yamba. And it is Zesco that win it back, but unfairly, says the referee. Avel Chutundu was ready on a bicycle to launch another one of those blistering runs. But, referee is who's really been following the action very closely, making sure she's in the right spot at any given time. Had VAR twice to confirm and shore up a decision. Ball in the box, high in the air, good delivery, but effective in the defense is the Zambian's outfit. Zesco playing it back and looking for range. Some good marking that is on display. Picked up in the midfield. One has to see those that balance, and player grimacing in pain and went down rather easily. Looks like Kaijavi as the player went into that tackle and got a bit of a knee in the midriff area, unintentional, as the momentum carried through Judith Soko. Well, it's she's up and about, and coach will tell her to run it off. Still in a bit of a bother. Do we get to another yellow card? Yes. Miss Judith Soko gets into the referee's book for that challenge. So one just needs to supply Alwindo up front. Quite a strong player, has got quite a presence. Toli Konjele runs into trouble, and eventually that ball turns out for a throw-in. In actual fact, it's picked up by Beauties, and it will be a throw-in on the western end of the field. Possession given away, and that is the pressure Penelopes mounting on Beauties, not allowing them much room, not allowing them much space. Good coordination in that defense, and impressive positioning, and more so Soko in that defense is trying to rally her charges around her and looking for that support as the ball goes over the top and picked up. Connection, and with the left foot it drifts away from the goal, but quite encouraging. I think another shot to this in the 68th minute. It took almost 25 minutes before the first shot was made to the goalkeeper by Beauties, and in the second half at 68 minutes, ball kept in play. Another long ball, the race is on. Charity Mubanga. Charity brings in Chitundu. Chitundu goes to a right-hand side, giving chase, and that ball goes out of touch. Tandiwe Ndlovu ran and hoped that the pitch was a little bit bigger so that she could make a connection. She only just missed it out. Zesco with another opportunity on the edge of the box. Good clearance, flying header. Getting caught up between her feet is Mila Mulambo. So free kick, flag went up. Rhoda Molandwe having a bit of work to do this time around as the two sides have switched the flank. Zesco in green and Beauties out in orange. Viola Follett gave up that chase. So looking at the clock and wondering if this is enough. Well, quite an expensive scoreline. A last touch coming off Zesco, and that will give Beauties an opportunity to send the ball forward. Kept in play, good protection of the ball there. Viola Fillet, picked up by Beauties. Strike from distance, and that is very easy for Nali. In a bit of an advanced position, it is Beauties, and then they find themselves having to chase back. Katuta gives chase. Here's Zesco. Ball crossed in, picked up by Tweli Konjele. She sends it right back, looking for a teammate who picks it up. It's in the middle of a park as Zesco tried to spread out play. Soko picks it up on the left-hand side, down the line. Here's an opportunity for Penelope to try and cut in, but she has Tweli Konjele with her, and that ball goes out for a throw-in. Zesco piling on the pressure. They want the 4th goal. They want the 5th goal. They want to make sure they don't have to apply any mathematical formation. They want to qualify cleanly because they do understand that this group is going to be very tight. Lovely ball. This is brilliant. Looking for Nampala Alwindo. Nampala Alwindo! That is the pressure. A great opportunity for Alwindo to pull one back for Beauties. Didn't come off, and a disappointment from coach Leonard Kati. She was on the money. She has the pace, had all the time to pick a spot, and decision making in that moment. And you could have just hit it hard and low on the ground. Keeper had already committed, but you got to give credit to Nali. That is why she's there. She's menacing. Her positioning also great to make sure she forces the attacker to change her mind in that particular attack. So here's Zesco yet again. If you are joining us, do come along at 3 p.m. It is Mamelodi Sundowns. This is Group A fixtures. They will be up against a team from Malawi. That is Ntopwa, a team that dethroned Ascent Academy, that came into this tournament also as debutants. Both these teams in this tournament are debutants. So, has the job for Beauties been too hot to handle? Too hot to handle. Ball in. It's another throw in for Zesco. Chitundu. So, haven't been disappointed. One thing that is synonymous to women's football is plenty of goals that you see. But we've had some interesting moments. 2 penalty decisions. 2 penalty decisions. Ball is hacked away and picked up in the middle of the park. And it is one of those moments when you find a team that is playing almost around the halfway line. Soko, Njoma, Piri, Bwalia in that defense. They've been solid. But in the middle of the park, it's been a battle. It's not been easy. The scoreline is really giving you a different story. But one's got to look at Thandiwe Ndlovu, who's ran her socks off. And she is being replaced by Milambo. Milambo, she's at 1.62 meters as Ms. Ndlovu gets a high five for her effort. Thandiwe Ndlovu. I remember some names like Peter Ndlovu. And one of the English commentators in Europe calls him In Love. Peter Ndlovu. Oh, what a menacing player that is. But will get an opportunity to shine with former women football players that have led the path and paved the way It is Women's Month, and what a fitting time to play this tournament. We celebrate them. And yeah, as you can see on the graphic there, good thought put into it. A flower to say, this is from me to you. Scoreline 3-0. An opportunity to make it 3-1, but not under Nali's watch. Not under Nali's watch. So she'll take her time, is Nali. Ball in the middle of the park and quickly close down. One is getting to see some players, switch positions from the left to the right hand side. Filet and Boipelo. Alwindo also, as goalkeepers called quickly to help out the situation. Picked up by Katuta. It's in the air and brought down, but kept in play by Boipelo. She gives chase, but anywhere will do for Zesco. They've done the job, they've done the business, and they can have the luxury of just sending that ball away to allow the defense some breathing space. They've realized that it hasn't been a one-way passage in the second half. Beauties came in with more intent, more vigor, more purpose. It's a throw-in for Zesco. As this tournament matures and progresses, we'll share with you a number of more interesting players to watch out for. You're looking at Kukoma and Topua Women. This is a team really that won the Malawi National Championship. And football being played in regions, as it is in most parts of the countries. And Topua winning that. Runners-up to that was FCB Nyasa Big Bullets. And they had 47 points. They also go and they have a playoff in which in the quarterfinals they won 2-1. Bullets and players like Esther Chauluka and Kondau Banda are some of the players that will be on display a little bit later on. Talking about players on display, you've also got players like Bambanani Mbane who have just come back from the WAFCON. For Mamelodi Sundowns, you've got Rabale, the midfield maestro, a fan favorite, a crowd favorite, and a player who knows how to find the back of the net. Those are some of the names that will be unveiled a little bit later on with Ray in commentary. And how wonderful it is to have a shared responsibility in this tournament. Ball shared out, picking up Chitundu. A little bit of focus as Beauties picked that up, and there's a player down, looks like Kaijavi. But she's then asked and urged to get up on her feet. And this is where she was at full stretch. Also looking at a little bit of Elizabeth Mupesu just standing on her toes there in that moment, and hence one getting to see the free kick. I'm really looking forward to Kondau Banda. In the tournament that was played in the regional level, she scored 5 goals in that tournament. Hey, so later on, there's going to be an interesting battle. And for Mamelodi Sundowns, this is not going to be an easy tournament. Here's a chance for Zesco. Whipping that ball in, but just ricocheting off the foot of Katuta. Another opportunity for a second bite at the cherry. And this time, a good first-time connection by Penelope. And doesn't get a good chunk of that ball, but gets a touch. That is enough to ask the goalkeeper to make a save. Marble Bwalia, Millicent Felicity, as Natalie looking to control the ball, and that's where the push happened. A free kick given. Referee has been pretty fair You go and you look at football being played in and around Namibia. You've got some interesting teams that play out there. And Ongos, FC Ongos, well looked after by the sporting director, Ricardo Minetti, who used to be a player for Santos, playing out in South Africa. He's been given the reins to turn this club into an athletic club where it has a basketball team. They deal with athletics. They deal with soccer. Quite a variety of sports. But if you look at that center, an absolute beaut. And no reason for not doing well when you have such facilities. Almost, if you want to associate the high performance center, it's pretty much something similar to that. If you are a South African, you would know what I'm talking about. But great investment. And I think we should be seeing that come through with Brave Warriors. Fiola Fiolet has run her race. Fiola. And in comes Ina Ndapewa Katuta. Or, sorry, it's jersey number 22, Aletta Rock. Inda is in the field. Aletta Cock is the player that comes in. Pretty much a tongue twister for me. With 82 minutes on the clock, we've got about 8 minutes of regulation time. In those 8 minutes, can Beauties come back? And I think it would be a big ask. It would be one of those comebacks of the century, and one that I would witness and keep and cherish for a very, very long time. But this is what happens in a tournament. You've got to navigate the first game, hopefully get 3 points, look forward to the next game. And with the coach bringing in the changes, he's been able to try and adjust and hopefully give a number of players a bit of a run. Talking about this one, a strong one by Milambo, who eventually ran into the wall of Jericho, Kaijavi, and stopped in her tracks. Look at this run, Milambo, and timely interception there to hack it away for a throw-in. Ball is still in the air and being knocked about. It will be picked up on the right-hand side. Walia. Elizabeth Mupeso. Zesco on the ball, keeping possession, making it rather difficult. Mupeso, Penelope, over the top. Good run. Chitundu, inside the box. Keeper on the first pole. If played back, cut back, keeper's in trouble. Does exactly that, but the ball is hacked away. And the offside flag also goes up. The referee's very quick to make the decisions. Well, if you can hear what was being said, is Sherabas. But here's the moment there. And one looked at that to try to share a bucket run to stay in an onside position. Worked well in that moment. Picked up by Dorothy Nyamba. Oh, some lovely feet by Aluendo. Showing good strength is Soko. Jacqueline Chumba. Judith Soko. Kanyama. Hilma Kanyama in the middle of the park for for Beauties, has done well. And look at that full stretch. Had to be on time. That's Vast Piri showing that she has not lost any focus as the ball just rolls off the hand. Here's a chance for Zesco to make it far. Keeper does well. Called upon and responded with the plum. Did ever so well to make sure that the scoreline is not increased. Had run into trouble. It was a delightful defense splitting pass. Created space for herself. And Charity Mubanga, you would have put your last dollar on that to say it was going to be in the back of the net. But you then got to deal with the goalkeeper. And Matthew's done well to snuff the danger and not want to concede much more. 3-0 is the scoreline. Piri, Chitundu and Maluba on the score sheet. As Beauties looking for a player to make the run, and responding to that, Damasus, and ball out. Very interesting to see the structure as Choma does well. She was isolated and just hacked that ball away into touch to allow her teammates to come back into position as they're looking for the 4th goal. Ball delivered, header away, on the edge of the box, helped on. It's Zesco all the way. Penelope rides a challenge. Chitundu was expecting a pass, but the last touch coming off Beauties, and that is for another throw-in. They have done exceptionally well, is Zesco, and with Chitundu, the captain, coming out, and in comes Mary Mbewe. Mary Mbewe will come in a like for like and slot into the middle of the park. Chitundu, who just hands over the armband, the captain's armband. Well, this is the goal scorer of the first goal in this tournament, in this match. That is the captain. That is Chitundu, Avel Chitundu. And celebrated by her teammates, respected by her teammates. This is the initial ball. It was a ball whipped in by Thandiwe Ndlovu. And in that moment, Chitundu found with acres of space, nobody closing her down, nobody marking her. And she didn't ask for a second invitation. And that was the first goal for Zesco Ndola girls. Failing to clear their lines as Beauties, as that ball comes into the box, on the edge of the box, first delivery, snapshot, and that goes wide of goal. Asking the questions is Elizabeth Mupeso. Good bit of skill, whipped back, a bounce of the ball, and a snapshot. Had the goalkeeper wondering. Picked up by Zesco. Finding it very difficult to get out of the half is the Beauties of this tournament. That is Beauties Football Club from Namibia. Ball. And another foul there on Kaijani. She's holding a knee, and just a little bit of a tap by Mary Mbewe, a player that's just come on. Hardly 2 minutes on the field. And Mbewe is being cautioned verbally by the referee. Header. As that ball trickles away for another throw-in. And it is the last couple of minutes of the 90 plus referees optional time, and I will share with you how many minutes will be added on. But it has been a complete dominance from Zesco Ndola girls, FC from Zambia, who have come here on a mission. They are making their debut in the tournament, and they've certainly got tongues wagging and people talking about their progression. Their next game is one to look forward to. And at the moment, we can say 3 points are safely in the bag for Coach William Zulu and his charges. And it's a job well done. 2 minutes is to be added to this match. Not too much of time being added on. And I think pretty much a fair reflection of what has happened here in the second half. One got to see some strong combinations or a team that has shown some resilience and great synergy and structure to get the 3 points that they need. They can only get better and better in this tournament. So some fantastic display of skill and polished performance indeed. Ball in the air, still having the ability to switch play, but a never say die attitude is one that's got to be given to the Beauties of Namibia. They have fought and tried to compete in all spheres of the field and on the park, and made sure that they closed down when possible, and also having a little bit of the energy in the second half, as one can see that all those 3 goals were scored in the first 45 minutes. Eliminated a number of the errors that were made, and here's an opportunity for Zesco, but the offside flag goes up to stop in their tracks what would have been an attempt for a 4th goal in this tournament, and that Charity Mbangwa was the player to be caught in an offside position. A slight push on Amoteko. Toli Konjela. And guilty in that push is Dorothy Nyamba. Well, the Vuvuzelas are actually telling the referee to stop the game. 2 minutes have been played. Referee just could blow her whistle any moment now. She looks at her watch, and she does respond with a fantastic day at the office. Congratulations to referee Senior Tseng, who did well together with the support staff of Luenga Tsohang and Rhoda Molande to open up this tournament with a wonderful display, supported by some brilliant football on the park. Zesco Ndola girls running away winners in this round-robin phase of a Group A match. Helped up to her feet is Mbaka Kahiru, and in every match there is a player of the match, and I am quite happy to announce that Aval Chitundu is the player of the match. So Aval Chitundu, who is the captain of the side, will get the first trophy of this tournament. And well, congratulations to Zesco United for getting the 3 points, deserving 3 points, hardly put a foot wrong, and took Beauties to the cleaner. Well, that's how it ends at the A.W. Miller Stadium. It is Zesco United, and that being the player of the match on display. Chitundu, a recipient. We confirm that Beauties 0 and Zesco Ndola Girls 3. We'll have a look at the report card of the entire 90 minutes of this match. And it was definitely a dominance by Zesco. It was a dominance by Zesco, who had the biggest chunk of the possession, and with the 3 goals, and that is what is important. The scoreline is so we will go down to Tabiseng Mababola, who is with the coaches, and will definitely get the views of the coaches in this match.
And that's how the opening match of the 2025 CAF Women's Champions League COSAFA qualifiers comes to an end here at the A.W. Miller Stadium in Johannesburg, South Africa. Joined now by losing Coach Leonard, an opening defeat. How do you sum up the 90 minutes?
Very unfortunate that we conceded silly penalties in the first half. They actually took us out of the game. But every game is actually a chance for us to learn and grow. We'll be looking forward again to the next to our next 2 games.
A baptism of fire, coach. Where did you lose the game?
Obviously, we conceded penalties, and that's actually where we lost the game. But I'm happy with my girls in the second half. They came out very strongly. We created some chances. Unfortunately, we couldn't convert them. But I'm very happy with them, the way they turned the game around to push forward in the second half.
And does this defeat, does it set you back in any way where your aspirations are concerned?
Definitely not. Like I said, every game is a chance for us to learn and grow, or it only made us stronger so that we can go back and prepare accordingly. I'm quite sure that our next game will be far better than today's.
And coach, lastly, speaking of that last game, it's in Topwa FC of Malawi, who are in action a bit later on, taking on Mamelodi Sundowns ladies of South Africa. Will you be staying to watch that game?
Definitely. I have to stay behind and watch the game.
Coach, thank you so much for your time. Hard luck today. All right, and that was a losing coach, joined now by the winning coach, Zesco Ndola girls, Coach William. Coach, congratulations on the win. What did you make of your ladies' play today?
Thank you very much, and it's a good start for us. It's a sweet victory. We are looking now forward to another game. This is now what under the bridge. We just have to work extra hard.
Talk to me about those substitutions you made, Coach, in the second half.
It was a tactical substitute because we wanted to rest some of the players, then to push in other players.
Coach, thank you so much for your time. All the best in you in this game.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Come on, ladies!
Let's go!
Let's go! Hey! Get it! Hey, ladies, let's go back there!
Went down. No. You are falling to the corner foul. No. Everything is coming. But she's saying everything. I think she needs to
Ima. Yes, I can hear them.
Yeah. Mapendula, you use this one. Yeah.
Hi, guys. I'm good, thanks, and you? Ongeziwe mjana. Hello, my darling. Sweet, and you? Thank you so much. Yes. Batingu mjomana.
I was over like antenna because of I'm a microphone what drift. Okay. Yeah, okay.
My cap. Can I remove this and report this? No problem. Yes?
On the side, yeah. On the side, yeah. It's it will need a super or something. No, it's fine. I'll look for an idea. As long as this is pointing to the mouth. Then make sure that you are not covering this. Because once you block it, it gives us problems. Position. Much better. Much better. Right. Positioning your microphone sharp.